Hey everyone, before the video starts, this is Atticus from the future. I'm editing right now. If you see in this video, my eyes are like red around them. Sometimes in the winter they get like itchy and irritated around my eyes. That's what that is. But yeah, just ignore that. Thank you. What up everyone? We are back with the 2025 CD collection update video. If you haven't seen one of these before, I'm going through all the CDs that I have got since the mid-year of 2024 up until now in January 2025. I'll be going through the CDs in alphabetical order, and I'll be either giving a rating or a favorite song from each one and some brief thoughts on whether I liked the album and where I got it and stuff like that. I've got a playlist of all of the CD collection updates and videos throughout the time on this channel. This is where this channel pretty much started. This is the biggest CD collection update I've done. I have 31 CDs that I'm about to talk about. Let me know what cool CDs or just music you have picked up recently in the comments, and let's get into this collection update. Starting off here with Second Grade, Hit to Hit. This is from a double whammy mystery box I got about halfway through the year. I did a video on it, and because I haven't actually listened to all of the CDs from this mystery box, I'm only gonna talk about the ones I've listened to so far. I didn't really know about Second Grade before I got this, but they are a good Philly local act, and they actually dropped what I think is my favorite album of 2024, Scheduled Explosions. This album has a ton of really short songs, which is interesting. Their new album did this too. It gives you something new to like remember each time you listen, I think. I definitely give this album like a solid 8. Next we have The Apples in Stereo Fun Trick Noisemaker. I got this CD at Common Beat Records, which is a small record store I do part-time work at sometimes. This album is cool. I've heard about this band from the Frog song, You Know I'm Down. And also I've heard that they were early on the like kind of lo-fi indie music stuff, kind of like with Neutral Milk Hotel and I think Elephant 6 Recording, I think that's what it's called. I do like this album a lot. I'm not super familiar with it yet, but I'd give it like a solid 7.5. Next we have Edie, Brickell and the new Bohemians, Shooting Rubber Bands at the Stars. Another one from Common Beat. This was $1. This has a hit song, What I Am, and then some of the other songs sound a little familiar, but I don't know, just some good like 90s pop. I love Liz Phair, and this is not as weird as Liz Phair, but it's kind of in that same zone and like time frame, I guess. This album has really cool art too. I love the kind of like sketchy doodliness of it. I give it like a 7. Next we have Caribou, Swim. This is a very recent pickup. I found this at Goodwill in Ellsworth, Maine. I had heard of Caribou in like the realm of like Toro y Moi, 2000s dude making electronic music. I haven't listened to it that much yet, but from what I've heard, I'd say it's a solid like 7. Next up we have Cat Power, You Are Free. I got this in an episode of CD Shopping at Rustic Music. Go check that out. There's gonna be a few more from that episode in here. I have Cat Power Moon Picks, and I picked this one up because it looked similarly cool. I feel like some of her albums, they just don't look as like quirky. This one has still some of that weird modern quirkiness to it, and I haven't listened to it in a while, but I think it was good, and that's enough to say it was a dub because it was $1. Next up we got Neneh Cherry, Homebrew. The only reason I know about Neneh Cherry is because she was in a song that I sampled one time, which is in a beat I use in a lot of these videos. It's in this one right now. It's the first beat you heard. But yeah, this is some like 90s kind of R&B electronic dancey stuff. I listened to it today just to refresh my memory. It was solid, but nothing crazy. I'd give it like a 6 or 6.5. Next up we have a 2024 release, Clairo, Charm. My brother got the box set for this album when it came out, and there is a video on the channel of him unboxing that, a little guest appearance. I definitely liked this album when it came out, but I think it's grown on me even more since then. It's pretty and it's kind of lo-fi, not in the bedroom pop way, but more in like just vintage way, which I think flatters Clairo's newer, kind of more mature songwriting. I do have a favorite song for this, and I think it is Sexy to Someone, but Out of My Love is good, Gloria the Snow is really good, Nomad's really good, Echo is really good. There's a lot of really good songs on here that don't really go up and above each other. I give this album like an 8, maybe 8.5. Next up, Crystal Castle's Self-Titled. I bought this CD when I visited my friend Ian in Austin, Texas in December. I have mixed feelings about this because I know that this guy right here is horrible. So we're basically just gonna do this. This album is actually kind of hard to find on CD, which is partly why I bought it. I also think the music is good. It's very unsettling knowing what happened in the band. It's just kind of odd, and I do feel a little embarrassed owning this. Hey, another quick interruption from me in the future here. I didn't explain this very well in the video, but I have thought about this, and CDs to me are the best way to experience and listen to artists that you feel that you don't want to support, and technically separate the art from the artist, because when I listen to this, I bought it used. I'm not paying the artist money when I buy the CD from a used dealer, I guess. And I can click play on their music as many times as I want now without actively boosting them on Spotify or something, or giving them any actual money. So yeah, that is another reason why I was okay with buying this on CD. Maybe one day I'll flip it, I don't know, but I think this CD is fairly hard to find according to Discogs. Next up we have Gabby's World, Okay. This band is titled as something else. I'm not gonna say it. I don't think anyone's gonna clip me saying it, but besides all that, I didn't really like this. This was from the Double Double Whammy mystery box, and it's just a little too garage bandy for me. And we'll follow that one up with Great Grandpa 4 of Arrows, another Double Double Whammy mystery box CD. This one looked really cool, but honestly, I think it was kind of disappointing. I don't exactly remember what was wrong with it, but I don't know. I haven't listened to this since I played it the first time. Next is PJ Harvey, To Bring You My Love. I know that PJ Harvey has been around for a while, doing just like rock and kind of homemade rock. She has a lot of demos out too. This is another Common Beat pickup. It's like somewhere between the Liz Phair and the Edie Brickell, not as pop as Edie. This was more kind of abstract, I think. Next we have Katy Kirby, Blue Raspberry. This album came out very early in 2024. I didn't really know she was from Texas until I went, because I saw her CDs there a few times and I've never really seen them before. But this album is cool. It's almost like kind of theatrical. It's just got a lot of wordy songwriting that is done well, because Katy Kirby is really good at writing melodies and stuff too to go with all that wordiness. The album also has a lot of like ups and downs in tempo and pace. I don't know, it's kind of a lot to take in, which is why I don't listen to it a bunch, but I do really like it and I respect the craft behind it. My favorite is either Hand to Hand or Cubic Zirconia. Next up, I haven't even opened this, but it is The Roots and John Legend selections from Wake Up. I found this at Philly AIDS. I looked on Discogs and it seemed like it was kind of hard to find. I've kind of just been holding on to it and preserving it for a while because I haven't really felt the urge to open it up yet, but I think I will at some point. Next is Hannah by Lomelda. This is another double whammy mystery box pull. This is probably the most popular one I got. I feel like this album was talked about by some of my friends and peers when I was in college. This album like almost fits in that new trend of like emotional female singer-songwriter, Phoebe Bridgers, Boy Genius, Lizzie McAlpine, all those people, but this is a little more raw. I haven't listened to this in a while, but I'd give it a solid 7, maybe 7.5. Next is Buck Meek, Haunted Mountain. I found this at Philly AIDS Thrift, and you can see the price tag on here. This is an album that came out in 2023, I believe, and it's in perfect condition. Someone just left it there. I don't know how stuff gets at Philly AIDS sometimes, but I'm very glad I found this because I do like Buck Meek. He's part of Big Thief, if you didn't know. This is a bit more country and a bit more kind of like compressed and bright and a little more pop appeal, but Big Thief also has a lot of pop appeal at this point. I think this is pretty good. I haven't listened to it in a while and I should go back and listen to it again. Yeah, no favorite song, and the rating is probably like a 7. Probably the most recent pickup in the collection, we have Mike, Burning Desire. I've posted a lot of content about Mike on this channel, but he is probably my favorite rapper of this decade so far. He's a very good producer as well, but this album is like just a masterclass, very long, and has a couple features, notable features here and there. This CD and the packaging is really cool. It's a double disc one and it has a beat tape by him as well, which is cool. The art is all like GTA inspired. I listen to it a lot and I'm just very happy to have this whole thing together as a CD because I think it's sold out at this point. I'd probably give this album a 9, might be the highest rated album in this video. My favorite song is You Think Maybe featuring Liv and Venna. Next up, Kevin Morby singing Saw. Sorry about this thing right here. I think this is from like a radio station. Like it was for promo at the radio station and it's got like a little description and stuff on it. This is from Rustic Music. It was $1. Heard good things about Kevin Morby. Kind of fuses country, rock, pop, indie, a little bit of everything. I think it's pretty cool. I haven't listened to it in a while though. I would give it like a 6.5. The next CD is NxWorries Why Lod. I can't say this name, I'm sorry. I got roasted on my speed review of this, but this album is great. I'm just gonna call it NxWorries 2. NxWorries 2 at this point. NxWorries 1 is one of my favorite collab albums of all time, and when they finally actually made the comeback happen this year, I was super hyped. I think it really paid off. At first, I was not super enthralled by this, but it took me a while and I realized that it's a bit more deep of an album than the first one. I don't know, there's some fun songs on here, but there's also just some like real pain built into it, and Anderson .Paak is talking a little more about mature topics this time. I'd give it a solid 8.5, one of my favorite albums of this year. Next is Peter, Bjorn, and John, Give Me Some, another rustic music pickup from that CD shopping episode. I like the art on this, that like kind of simple digital graphics that just pop, and I think that was enough to make me buy it. I've heard a little bit about these guys doing like some indie pop. This is more rock than I thought it was gonna be. I thought they made more like softer indie stuff, but I think this is pretty good. I need to listen to it again. Here's another recent pickup, Playboi Carti, self-titled. I made a whole video about how I ended up buying this, but I think this is the only Playboi Carti anything that's available on CD. He's not like my favorite or anything, but he's got a really cool style, especially before Whole Lotta Red and before his like super mysterious era that he's going through right now. My favorite song on here, I'm gonna say New Choppa for now because that song is just so hype. Energy is crazy. I like Woke Up Like This, obviously Magnolia. Kelly K is good too, Kelly K. My brother loves this album. I'd give this like a 7.5. Next is Pond. I think it's just called Pond. Got this in episode 6 of CD shopping and it wasn't that good. As you can see, it is Sub Pop, and I have a very bad reputation of being clickbaited by Sub Pop because they have Beach House and some other people I like, but probably like 9/10 of their music that I've listened to I don't like. So this album is not that good to me. It's okay. It's very much just like kind of grunge inspired rock. I'm not a big fan and I need to stop buying Sub Pop music unless I know the artist. Next is Portishead, Dummy. This is from the Philly AIDS CD shopping episode. Go check that out. I think it's a pretty good one. I'd heard about this group while I was in Wales because I think they're named after a place in Wales or UK or somewhere. But this is cool. It's kind of like Everything But the Girls album, Walking Wounded, which I really like. It's got that 90s electronic rock pop going on. I would definitely recommend. I think this album has some fairly popular songs, so yeah, you might have heard something from it before, but I'm really happy I found this. Next, we have the Psycadelic Furs, All of This and Nothing. I found this at Goodwill in Philly. I think it was fairly cheap. My mom was telling me recently how she used to like them a lot when she was younger, and the song Pretty in Pink is on here, which is a classic one that I've heard before. Yeah, it's cool old pop. I would give this like a 7. I need to listen to it again though. It is a very fun album. Next up is Grand Romantic by Nate Roos. I have a weird obsession with Nate Roos and Fun. I don't have any of the format, but Fun is just such a weird enigma of a group that came and went so quick and was kind of a super group. But Nate Roos is just an odd guy with a crazy voice, and this album I think is notorious for not being really that good, but I found it at the Book Trader and I think it was in a CD shopping and I went back for it. This is a funny thing though because it was in a digipack and they cut it up. It's also like from like a library, I think. What does that say? Yeah, whoever got this from the Burlington Public Library or whatever that says and sold it to the Book Trader, I'm exposing you. But yeah, this is just an absolute mess of a CD at this point with the packaging all cut up. Jewel cases falling apart. It was $1. It's just a weird album. I'm happy to have it though because Nate Roos just lives in my mind for some reason. I don't know why. The album overall is like probably like a 4 though. Okay, we're getting through these. We have the Sex Pistols, Never Mind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. This is from the Philly AIDS CD shopping episode, and I have not listened to this yet. I'll be fully transparent. I haven't listened to it. I should, but I know it's some good old punk music from the UK. Probably pretty good. And next is another one from that same video. We have The Strokes, and it is called First Impressions of Earth. There's a couple bands that I need to listen to, and one of them is The Strokes. I need to listen to more of The Cure. I need to listen to more of the Smiths. They're way different, but The Strokes and The Cure I need to listen to more of, and I finally found one of their CDs for cheap, $2 at Philly AIDS. I know the first song and I know the Clairo version of the demo version of it, but I like that song and the rest of this is fun, but I have yet to really remember much else from it. I'd give it like a 6.5 though. Maybe a little higher, I don't know. I need to listen to it more, like I said. I feel like that's the thing I've said the most in this video. I need to listen to it more, which is a problem when you have over like 300 CDs. Next is Teenage Fan Club Mellow Doubt. This is a single, and I think it's a UK release because UK singles look like this. I saw a bunch of them while I was there in Wales, but this is from the Rustic Music CD shopping episode. It's pretty good. I listened to it today to refresh my memory a bit, which I should have done before I did this whole video for like most everything here, but this is good. Some nice classic pop rock from the late 90s, I think. I've heard that Teenage Fan Club is an inspiration to some new bands, and I wanted to learn a little more about them. This is cool. It has a cover of Have You Ever Seen the Rain too, which is interesting. Not many songs on here, but it is just kind of cool. Next up, Tyler the Creator, Chromacopia. This is from the box set, and it's actually a test pressing. We have a lot of alternate versions that have like either different verses or different mixes, or just like some lyrics missing or stuff that got changed later on. But the Carti verse on Thought I Was Dead is on here. Balloon is not on here, sadly. And there's another song in place of it called Mother. Those are the big changes. I can't remember what else specifically changed. Schoolboy Q's not on Thought I Was Dead either. There's some other features that I think are left off. This is a good album. Not my favorite from Tyler, but it's pretty solid. I'd give it like a 7.5. Next up we have Vetiver, the Ervant or Ernant Charm. I'm not very good at reading that cursive, and the spine is completely gone. This was living outside in crates at Rustic Music, and it was $1, so I bought it during that CD shopping episode. It looks cool. The only thing you can see on here is that goddamn sub pop. To be honest, this is the least I've gotten clickbaited. This album is pretty good. This is more of an indie, dreamy sound that I like. I haven't listened to this that many times recently, but I give it a solid 6.5 just for not being that same boring, heavy music that Sub Pop has a lot. And I finally got one right with Sub Pop. Okay, we are on to the last two. Thank you so much if you're watching this all the way through. Whoa, I almost threw the CD. It's Wishy 777. This band is insane. I love them. Kevin Crowder is one of the lead singers, and I've been into his solo music for a long time. But Wishy, this is their debut album. Out of all their work, this is probably my second favorite. Their debut EP is probably still my favorite. This album comes through with some nice power pop bangers, super catchy, kind of 2000s-ish. This is a solid 8 album, maybe 8.5, but probably, I don't know, probably just an 8. My favorite songs on here are Love on the Outside, Persuasion, and Busted. I don't know, there's some really good songs on here. I would definitely recommend this as a 2024 album. Lastly, we have Yowler, Black Dog in My Path. This is another one from the Double Double Whammy collection. This is probably my favorite out of the ones that I knew like nothing about besides Second Grade. I listened to this today, and track 6, Aldebaran, is probably my favorite one. It's a little less heavy. As you can see, I feel like I definitely don't like heavier, just like plowing rock as much. This is got a little more breathing room to it. The back cover is sick. I'd give this one like a 6.5. Okay, and with that, we are done the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it through this whole thing, thank you so much. Please subscribe, because if you can sit through this, you can sit through any of my videos. We got some CD shopping on the way. We've got some sound map probably coming soon. I haven't filmed any in a while. We've also got a very special CD unboxing coming soon. It's a fun one. I've also got a vlog of my time in Austin coming soon. And yeah, I need to stop buying CDs for a little bit, so the mid-year one might be a little sparse because I just bought so many last year and got so many new ones. Thank you for watching, everyone. Goodbye.